What's up, guys? Welcome back here. Today I'm back for another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about the Washington Wizards' awful start, and one reason they have this awful start is because they needed upgrades on the defensive end. They struggled in defense last year and they never really mentioned to fix that, drafting Deni Avdija and not making really any signings that really improved their defense. And of course, one thing is going to be their coaching and their lack of plays. But I'm going to talk about the defensive aspect and some trades they could really make to upgrade at the defense. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like on it. Comment down below any new videos you want me to do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. At 75 right now, the goal is to try to hit 100 soon. But now let's get started. So, you expect the Wizards to be a playoff team, to some a playoff lock. But they are currently struggling really badly. Starting out 2-6 and being 13th in the East. Only better than the 1-6 Raptors and the 1-7 Pistons. That's not a very good start. And with the high-powered offense they had, even though with the lack of coaching, they're still second in the league in scoring with 120.8 points per game, only behind the Milwaukee Bucks. You expect some wins, right? Well, if you're allowing the most points in the league while scoring the second most points in the league, that's not a recipe for success. And some of the teams they lost to aren't even like some of the best teams in the league. Like, I think they took an L to the Bulls twice. They took 2 L's to the Magic. It just hasn't been a really good start for them. And the weird part is you got guys averaging crazy numbers. Beal's averaging 34.3 points per game. Westbrook's averaging 20.5 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 11.8 assists. You got Thomas Bryant averaging 17 points and 6.6 rebounds. You got Rui Hachimura averaging 12.8. Davis Bertans averaging 11.8. Even though I don't think he has been shooting the best. He's only shooting 32.8% from the 3, which is going to be a real struggle, especially since you pay this man a really huge deal. Even Deni Avdija is having an okay rookie year, averaging 6.4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2.1 assists. And shooting decently from the field, shooting 47.4% from the field, and actually 45.8% from the 3. But if you just can't guard anyone, I don't know anyone on this team who is at least a decent defender other than Troy Brown Jr. maybe. Like, Russell Westbrook isn't awful, but like, he's not the best defender. He's not really the best wing defender you're going to want. It's him, Troy Brown Jr., I don't really know. So to be honest, I think they're going to need some defensive help. Coaching, they of course need to upgrade, but I think they can get some really good defensive help that could help turn their season around. So I'm here to make some trades to get them some defensive help. The first trade I'm going to be doing is going to be with the Chicago Bulls, and it's going to be getting them a really good wing defender that they could place in the starting lineup and not have to start Isaac Bonga at small forward, as you can put him with Rui Hachimura at the 4, Thomas Bryant at the 5, and that guy's going to be Otto Porter Jr., and they're going to be trading Davis Bertans, Ish Smith, in the 2023 second. Otto Porter Jr. is on a huge expiring, making $28 million, but he's a really good wing defender, and he's currently averaging 14 points and 6.9 rebounds, shooting 41.7% from the 3, which gives them good catch and shooting, what Davis Bertans would bring, but he provides extra defense. The Bulls get extra shooting and a good power forward, and it also opens up the small forward minutes for Patrick Williams to continue to develop. But you're also going to get a good backup point guard in Ish Smith to probably mentor Kobe White if Tomas Satoransky isn't pulling his weight. And then Davis Bertans, the Wizards may overvalue him, but he's been struggling for you lately. He is shooting 32% from the 3, and that's not really what you want. If you want to win now, you're going to need guys that could help you right now. And Otto Porter can get you that 3-point shooting. Not as good as a 3-point shooter as Davis Bertans is, but can get you it well, plus provide you defense. As for the Bulls, if Lauri Markkanen in the band's back, you got a good replacement power forward that can know his role and won't take the ball out of the hands too much of Zach LaVine and Kobe White. And Davis Bertans, he'll stand there, he'll space the floor, and it opens up the game for them even more. I feel like it's a decent deal. The next trade is going to be with the Detroit Pistons, and that's going to be getting Jeremy Grant from them. You know how good of a defender he was on the Nuggets and how he was on the Pistons. And now he's opened up his game even more, being able to create a shot even more, which could really help the Wizards. But if he's able to just provide that defense that he brought with Denver, that's really all the Wizards need. And if he's able to do extra than that, they would really love that. But they're getting Jeremy Grant. In exchange, they trade Davis Bertans with Jerome Robinson and Isaac Bonga. I get I'm trading Davis Bertans a lot, but it's just because of his salary. It's easy to match. With Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal's big contract, they don't have many big contracts. Davis Bertans is an easy match, as their next biggest contract is $8 million from Thomas Bryant. It's going to be hard to match, and he is a really good player for them too, as long as being young. But the Wizards also get young talent in Jerome Robinson and Isaac Bonga that they can hopefully develop. But it'll also mostly open up the forward minutes for Sekou Doumbouya to continue to develop. They haven't really played him that much this year, and it'll really help him develop. As Davis Bertans can help you with shooting, help you with the tank. Hopefully you can up Davis Bertans' trade value so you can trade him by the trade deadline for an extra first. The next trade I'm going to be doing is with the New Orleans Pelicans, and you may be wondering why I'm doing this trade, because they already have a backcourt, so there's no reason for them to be doing this. Remember, they really need defense, and having a guard behind these two that could really lock down would really help him being a really good sixth man, and you could try to fit him in for good defensive stops in clutch time lineups, and that'll be Eric Bledsoe, as he'll be going to the Washington Wizards in exchange. You're trading away Ish Smith, Jerome Robinson, Robin Lopez, and a 2021 top 5 protected first. The reason why I'm giving up a first for Eric Bledsoe and not for guys like Jeremy Grant is because they're getting guys like Davis Bertans. I didn't want to include Davis Bertans in like every deal, but I think Eric Bledsoe's defense is probably so good. He was an all defensive player last year, and he's still having a pretty good year with the Pelicans. Even though he had a really bad playoff run, he's still doing pretty good to start, averaging a good 12.3 points per game, 4.1 assists per game, averaging a steal per game, shooting 38.5% from the three, which is the season ended today. That will be his second highest ever, and his defensive impact could be really helpful for them. And I think the Pelicans only do this just because they get a young guy like Jerome Robinson, 2 expiring deals in Ish Smith and Robin Lopez, which Ish Smith can help mentor Lonzo and Kira Lewis. But it really just opens up the point guard minutes, as you were really stacked in point guards. Ish Smith is okay with now being a starting point guard, as he's been a backup point guard for a long time now. So it'll help Lonzo and Kira Lewis develop. Robin Lopez is just there to be extra veteran center depth. I don't really know what they're going to use him for, but they really just care about the first round pick. As if the Wizards somehow fail, even though it's top 5 protected, I think they could potentially get a lottery pick out of this if the Wizards just fail to relieve expectations, and they could really take a lottery pick for a guy like Eric Bledsoe. So I think they take the risk. And the final deal I'm going to be doing is really just an offense for defensive swap, as the Kings trade away Hassan Whiteside to the Washington Wizards and in exchange get Moritz Wagner and get a 2025 second along with it. The Kings really do this just for an extra second while getting younger and getting Moritz Wagner. Even though he's going to expire, you're still getting younger than Hassan Whiteside, who's going to expire and want a bag anyway. And you also get an extra second. Maybe you can find a gem in that. But the Wizards do it because you know you can get an okay defensive center, Hassan Whiteside, who's currently not even getting many minutes in Sacramento, but still putting up 5.3 points, 4.3 rebounds, 1.3 blocks. You know he's just trying to play to get a bag. Maybe you start him for defensive purposes, and maybe he won't be the stat pattern that everyone makes him seem like he is. Maybe he can help any way defensively that he can help. The Wizards will be greatly appreciated in, and hopefully the Kings get happy with their young talent and the Wizards get happy with their defense. What do you guys think about this? Who do you think the Wizards should target, and what do you think they should do to turn their season around? Make sure to drop a like, comment down below, and new videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace out, guys.